Hi, this is Rob Schwartz at the picturesque White Lake Golf Club. Today, September 11, 2013, and we're preparing a centennial celebration for the club, 100 years in 2016. What better way to capture the history of this club than by talking to somebody that grew up with the club. It's my privilege to introduce Rex Funnell, who cut his teeth on the course in the 1920s. He grew into an avid golfer, playing every chance he had, while also running his 5-chair barbershop in downtown Whitehall. He played as recently as 2011 at the age of 95, so I think that qualifies him as an avid golfer and lover of White Lake Golf Club. Do you know the golf course has a slogan here called Burial Place of Old Man Gloom?
Yeah.
Do you know why or how that slogan came about?
No, I guess I don't. As far as I know, I'm trying to think of who was president at the time they came up with that slogan, but from what I remember, it was always, somebody always had it in the wall here someplace.
Yeah?
Yeah. When Bob Baird would, he seems to me that somebody like him would be the one that would come up with something like that.
Okay.
You probably didn't know Bob Baird.
No, I did not.
He was an early president, early member.
You remember, we're in the room here, which is the original part of the golf club, before they added on the porch and so on. But do you have a lot of memories in this room where this was a pro shop? Or?
It's taken it. Well, no, this used to be just a main room right here. You'd come in and paid here, and Ernie Augustine was the only one in here usually.
Okay. Do you recall what they used to charge for golf rounds? Do you remember, or some of the prices they had back then? Did it seem expensive? Let me ask you that.
Well, it did. Yeah, it seemed expensive to us town people in that, because of course very few of the town people ever played golf. Somebody from Dave Dahlstrom, he was in the Pitkin's drugstore, and he played, and I don't think there were 2 or 3 of the merchants that ever played golf until we started playing. And my dad we set a little putting green up in our yard, and he'd go out and fool around with us, and he decided he wanted to play. So every Sunday he started playing golf. He got one of the other guys, and they started playing golf. But the merchants, other than the one guy from Pitkin's, didn't figure they could afford it, I guess.
So you were the first townies to belong out here, because this club, as we know, is mostly Chicago, Sylvan Beach.
Sylvan Beach, Michelinda.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was all what it was. When we caddied here, that's 90% of it was that.
When you started becoming a member here with the as being a townie versus all the Chicago folks, did you feel separated or different from them? Or?
No, although the 3 of us, you couldn't be you get a season member here, but they wouldn't take a regular member.
I couldn't be a stock member?
No.
Yeah.
And 3 of us, Jack Longton, Bob, he was in charge of the tannery, Bob, and myself. We went to the committee, and we want to be members.
Okay. And they let you in?
Yeah, they let us in. I forget, it wasn't much money. Back in those days, it seemed like money.
Yeah.
But they let the 3 of us in as members, as stock members.
Okay.
And that we were the first 3. Jack Longton.
First local stock members.
Yeah, local, yeah.
Very. Do you recall when women started to play here?
Well, they always played here.
They always did?
Oh, yeah, there were always women playing here.
1933, and we have another one, 1932, where you were the caddy champion.
Yeah.
Do you recall the tournaments, and how would they run those? And
well, everybody would start playing.
Yeah.
And then low scores would be knock them out, and then so many and ended up 2 guys would be playing for the finals.
Okay.
And so I did win it a couple of times.
So it's like a shootout with a...
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you did. Well, we have 2 trophies here. We probably won it more than that.
Oh, well, I only won it a couple of times. Well, they didn't give trophies at first until that lady decided they should have trophies.
Okay.
And so she's the one that started giving them trophies. Up till then, you won the caddy championship, but that was it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And we had, I don't know, up to 30, 40 caddies there. I don't know how many now. At that time, they were always across the street. Then they finally decided the caddies were getting in the way of too much, the yacht club, and stuff. And so they set us up back here, and they had put a tent up alongside of the number 1 tee. And that's when we had certain people came that we didn't like or didn't want to caddy for them. We were all in the woods.
Hiding in the woods.
Yeah.
What is now someone's backyard in Butterfield Woods?
Butterfield Woods.
Right.
Yeah. And as soon as they got to playing number 1, that group, we'd start walking back into the tent. But well, we didn't have a tent at first. We just were out and back and all. Finally, they decided maybe we should be in some place. So they put up a tent, and then they built a caddy shack. That's what they called the caddy shack.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah. In fact, that caddy shack is over in Lundell's backyard.
In the woods there. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he got it, the caddy shack. Yeah.
All right, I'm with Rex Funnell out on the number 17 tee box. And Rex, I wanted to talk to you about maybe back when you were a younger player, how many hole-in-ones did you get on this course?
I've had 7 on this course. 7? The one down in Texas.
Okay, and what holes have you had the hole-in-ones on?
I've had 2 on number 3, 1 on number 7, 2 on number 15, and 1 on number 17. Would that be it?
I wasn't keeping track, but I trust you on that. Tell me about the one on 17. When did you get that? That's a par 4, so that's really a double eagle.
Yeah, that's a par 4, and we were who I was playing with, I don't know, but the guys that when we hit before they got off, the one guy hollered back, "That one went in the hole."
That
was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had same way with when I was on number 11 one day. Somebody saw that go in.
Yeah.
Marcia did too, but she hit one on 11. But 15, I hit 2 in the hole, I think. But one day, Max Spees and I were playing. We got up there and we had 2 balls like this, and the hole was right here. We had 2 balls laying like this.
Right on the edge of the cup?
And neither one of them touched it. But neither one of them touched, neither one of them went in the hole.
I hope you got birdies each.
Yeah. No, he hit the wrong ball.
Yeah. What's your most favorable or best memory of a round here at White Lake? What was your favorite round ever here? Do you have one in particular?
Only the one I had 67 on.
67?
Yeah.
When was that?
Oh, tell me when. I don't know when. That was years ago. When we always had a group that played. I had a 67 once. King had 64 one day when I was playing with him, but I had 67. That's the best score I had here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand that you won the men's championship here on the course one year.
I did. I beat Bob.
Bob, your son?
Yep.
And I bet he took that easily, right?
Well, he ended up winning it 7 times, but I broke in the middle of him. Then he won about 3 more after that, and he moved out of here.
Yeah. Town wasn't big enough for the 2.
No, he didn't give us all a chance.
Yeah.
He still plays golf, but I don't think like he used to. He doesn't have the time to do it now.
No, I understand. Do you have a favorite hole out on the course here?
Well, if it would be, it probably would be number 4.
Yep.
I like that. I like that hole. It's not so good to me, but it's just it's a nice. It's actually a hard par 4 hole, unless somebody can hit them far enough to get by all the trees, you know.
Right.
But otherwise, you're back there either behind a tree on the right or trees on the left, but it's a nice hole. Number 4 is.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, when someone asks me that question, that's always my answer. Is number 4 as well.
It is.
Yeah, it's such a small area that you can hit to that you have
right.
a clear shot.
Yeah, and it's not a long hole, but it's not an easy hole.
Right.
Yep.
Right. When you first started playing here, did they have all 18 holes?
The first year I started is the first year they had 18 holes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I started caddying then.
All right.
When I first started caddying, they had 18 holes. Yep.
And so they were just brand new at that point. Okay.
Yeah, you gave you clubs lengths to tee up on.
Anywhere on the tee box?
Anywhere on the grass out there, because it was grass here and no grass there, and like on number 2, where it cut down quite a few trees and just pulled out the stumps and filled it in. They didn't hardly fill them over, so you didn't have a good place to tee up, so they allowed you club's length to tee up.
Oh, you mean on the
fairway?
On the fairway too.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Any place on the fairway.
All right.
So we're with Rex Funnell still, and we're at the number 11 tee box with 14 behind us and 12 and 15 green. Rex, you've been associated with White Lake Golf Club probably longer than anybody around. How does that make you feel right now?
Old.
Old? How did you first get involved with White Lake Golf Club?
Well, my dad came home one day and said he'd been talking to Ernie Augustine. I didn't know who Ernie Augustine was, but Ernie said that they needed caddies down at the golf course. Well, what was a golf course? Well, he said, you'll find out. You're going to go caddy, you and your brother, Raymond, my brother. So we had to hitchhike to get down here, and that didn't work too good. My brother didn't live home. He lived with my grandparents, so they had bought him a car. So we said, okay, we can cure that. We'll take the car down.
There you go.
So by the time we got down there, that car was full of caddies.
Oh, you'd pick them up on the way out?
On the way out. They all liked it too, because they knew they had a ride. We didn't have to wait for the milk truck or somebody like that going by.
So how many caddies were there altogether?
Well, sometimes we ended up a lot of times there was 30 or 40 caddies.
30 or 40?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they had they were on that side of the road at one time, and then came back over on this side, and they put a tent up for us.
Okay.
But every time somebody came we didn't want to caddy for, in the woods we all went. Ernie'd come out of there hollering, hey, you kids, get out of the woods. No answer. Finally, after people got through number 1, we'd go back 1 or 2 at a time to, yeah.
I see.
And Ernie, he'd come out then, where the hell you kids been? Well, we were in the woods eating lunch. Yeah.
Why would you want to caddy for some and not for others?
No tip.
Tip? What would be a good tip for a caddy back then?
Oh, 25 cents.
25 cents?
Yeah.
Would the course pay you any money on top of that, or did you work only for tips?
They didn't pay us any money. We didn't pay them any money, but
okay.
No, there was no money. And at one time we didn't have any. Some guys would come and want me or you, or they had special people they wanted. I had one old guy that lived in Sylvan Beach down there, and he always wanted me to caddy for him, and I didn't mind caddying for him, but he was a no-tipper.
So you go hide from him.
But he was such a good old guy that you couldn't turn him down, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Did caddies have to do other chores besides?
No,
only carry bags.
All we did was caddy and behave. But
did you double bag?
Very seldom, very
Okay.
seldom.
Was it required to take a caddy on the course then?
No, no.
You
no.
could walk out, carry your own bags?
Yeah. Most people walked. In fact, they didn't even have carts in those days, though.
Yeah.
The people had to carry their own bags. But in those days, the bags were about this big around, and they didn't have as many clubs.
Right.
And yeah, then it started getting bigger, and so.
What was your best memory as a caddy? What special event that maybe happened?
Well, the special one that happened was, I say, would be the time this guy would come, and we knew him. His name was Wasson, and he would come, and we knew he didn't tip, so we would all go out of that tent in a hurry out to the woods.
All right.
And that was always, every time he came, there wasn't a caddy available. So after he got off the first green, then we'd start sneaking back up by the clubhouse.
Did that lead to, I heard about a caddy strike?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, we wanted more money,
Yeah.
and so we,
How long did the strike last?
one day, Ernie called all our parents out. He called all our parents. My dad was the first one down there. We were down to Duck Lake.
Yeah.
Came down to Duck Lake. You kid to get your ass back up to that golf course. So, well, we did, but we didn't get a raise.
You didn't get it right. It didn't work.
No,
Okay.
didn't work. We found out that didn't work.
Is that how you learned to play golf? Was caddying?
Yep. Then, well, yeah, I didn't even know what caddying was, so we got down here. I had to find out from some of the guys that were down here when we got here. My brother and I, we knew some of the guys that were caddying. And when I asked them, well, what do we do here? And they said, well, you have to carry their bag and don't be throwing clubs around. And they told us various things you had to do to stand away from the guy when he was hitting the ball, and be sure you watch the ball, and so we had to learn them from the other guys.
Okay.
And there were about, I would say probably 20 caddies there, and guys that I knew that was surprised to see them caddying, and glad to see them because we knew somebody.
Excellent. We're with Rex Funnell here just off the number 12 green, and behind the 12 green used to be a cart barn or a maintenance shed.
Yeah.
Do you remember, were the caddies involved with that in any way? Or?
Not involved in it, but we knew those sheds were all over there, but they weren't involved with us at all.
No. Did you ever raid the golf ponds, or was for golf balls?
We never did really raid it. We fished out of there a lot. Ernie didn't like it, but they didn't seem to mind too much. Every time we'd go by here, we'd rake the pond, and
Yeah.
but usually when we were caddying, we didn't bother much time raking.
No.
I know that one guy that was tending the pin and stuff, but the other three of us would be raking. As long as we stayed on that side, wouldn't bother the guys putting.
Right. So did you use actual rakes to get the balls out?
So they had rakes here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a basket on the end of them like that. You
I see.
throw it out and drag it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the end of a pole, and like a bamboo pole.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot of course. How does the course look to you now compared to
beautiful.
what? Beautiful. You've
Yep.
seen a lot of changes. What
yeah.
do you think the course has aged well?
Oh, I think it's much better than it was when I first started working down here, or caddying down here.
Yeah.
Because they just taken a lot of trees out over on the other side, In fact, that was a year that they made 18 holes out of it.
Okay.
And I started, and number 2 was bad. I say they would give you a club's length to tee up and so forth. But nowadays, you look at it now, and I'm sure that you don't have to move a ball.
No.
And I don't know if they allow you to or not. Do they?
Normally not. Depends if someone's looking or not.
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah.
So do you think the course has gotten easier or harder to play?
Well, I think it's easier to play just because it's in the shape it's in. it was harder to play because of it wasn't. The greens weren't as good, and the fairways weren't as good. Your lies weren't as good, but I shouldn't say it's easier, but it's much nicer than it ever was.
Right. What's your best advice for someone that's never played White Lake on how to play the course?
Well, I don't know, except that if they were a golfer and had played golf, I would tell them they wouldn't find anything any better. You know, some guys, if they played out even, well, Lincoln isn't too bad now, and some of the other ones, but I always told them it's well worth what you're paying to play on it. But
yeah, do you think people are surprised by, you know, it doesn't seem like it'd be a tough course when you look at how long, you know, it's not very long.
It's not very long, no. Yeah, I think people are surprised at what their scores are playing here because of the, you know, but the holes are tougher than they look. Like even like this number 12 here. Mm-hmm. Now that gets them probably more bogeys and whatever than they do pars, because if you get in any trouble, a double bogey is not unusual.
What year did you start caddying? Do you remember what?
1928.
1928, and how many years did you caddy then?
I caddied until I was, well, caddied probably 5 or 6 years, 6
Right.
years, something like that, yeah.
And when did you first become a member here?
A stock member, or just a member?
A member. And when did you start playing golf here and having someone caddy for you?
I never had anybody caddy for me.
Never had a caddy.
What advice would you give a new golfer coming up today on how to be best at golf, or how to learn the game, how to enjoy the game?
Work with a pro. Huh?
Work with a pro.
Yeah, work with a pro.
Yeah.
That would be the best bet for anybody. Or if he had some friends that were good golfers and knew what they were talking about, but you just didn't want anybody trying to tell you what to do, because it isn't, you know, it isn't all that easy. You have to have somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Right. And then what do you think makes White Lake Golf Club so special then?
Well, just that it's a great golf course, and the fact, of course, most of the local people never played golf, didn't think they could afford it, or didn't play.
Right.
I think my dad and a couple other guys, as he got guys, some of them from town playing, because us kids would come home and we'd put a bunch of holes in the front, not the front yard, but good part of it, we'd keep the grass cut there and and he started fooling around with us out there putting and stuff, and so he and one or two other guys talked to I think Ernie was here, and yeah, he told them they could pay and play, and that's more or less, other than one of the guys at Pitkins and one other fellow, I don't know who it was now, sold insurance and real estate, played.
Yeah.
But Dad.
Jack Longton.
Yeah, Longton.
Yeah.
But
So you're self-taught? Did you ever take a lesson from the pro here?
no.
So you're self-taught?
Yeah, we were self-taught. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing your time and
Okay.
all the memories that you have of our club. We all love it, and we're glad to hear that you do too. Thanks again for your time.
Well, I think that people don't appreciate what we got here.
Yeah.
It's really probably as good a golf course as you'll find any place. I've been to go to Florida, and I've been going to Texas, and none of the golf courses really compare
Right.
over this one. Some of them are good, but they just don't. They don't have the woods and area like that, like we have here. You know, the wooded area. You go back over there, number 2 and 3.
Right. Right.
And you get over here and you got the creek and the pond up. The course isn't that big, but it's got a lot of trouble.
A lot of ways to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time, Rex.
Okay. Doc. That's all right. Try to do it.
Hi, this is Rob Schwartz at the picturesque White Lake Golf Club. Today, September 11th, 2013, and we're preparing a centennial celebration for the club, 100 years in 2016. What better way to capture the history of this club than by talking to somebody that grew up with the club. It's my privilege to introduce Rex Funnell, who cut his teeth on the course in the 1920s. He grew into an avid golfer, playing every chance he had, while also running his 5-chair barbershop in downtown Whitehall. He played as recently as 2011 at the age of 95, so I think that qualifies him as an avid golfer and lover of White Lake Golf Club. Do you know the golf course has a slogan here called Burial Place of Old Man Gloom?
Yeah.
Do you know why or how that slogan came about?
No, I guess I don't. As far as I know, I'm trying to think of who was president at the time they came up with that slogan, but from what I remember, it was always, somebody always had it in the wall here someplace.
Yeah?
Yeah. When Bob Baird would, he seems to me that somebody like him would be the one that would come up with something like that.
Okay.
You know, probably didn't know Bob Baird.
No, I did not.
He was an early president, early member. One guy from Pitkins didn't figure they could afford it, I guess.
So you were the first townies
Oh, yeah.
to belong out here, because this club, as we know, is mostly Chicago, Sylvan Beach.
Sylvan Beach, Michelinda.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all what it was.
Yeah.
When we caddied here, that's 90% of it was that.
When you started becoming a member here with the, as being a townie versus all the Chicago folks, did you feel separated or different from them? Or?
No, although the three of us, they wouldn't, you couldn't be you get a season member here, but you couldn't, they wouldn't take a regular.
You remember, we're in the room here, which is the original part of the golf club, before they added on the porch and so on, but do you have a lot of memories in this room where this was a pro shop? Or?
It's taken it. Well, no, this used to be just a main room right here. You'd come in and paid here, and Ernie Augustine was the only one in here usually.
Okay. Do you recall what they used to charge for golf rounds? Do you remember, or some of the prices they had back then? What did it seem expensive? Let me ask you that.
Well, it did. Yeah, it seemed expensive to us town people in that, because of course very few of the town people ever played golf. Somebody from Dave Dahlstrom, he was in the Pitkins drugstore, and he played, and I don't think there were 2 or 3 of the merchants that ever played golf until we started playing. And my dad we set a little putting green up in our yard, and he'd go out and fool around with us, and he decided he wanted to play, so every Sunday he started playing golf. He got one of the other guys, and they started playing golf. But they were merchants other than